Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's been a very long time since we have last shared anything right here on Elephant Exposed, and for that I do apologize. Um, just been life, and we've been going through some things. But as they say, sometimes you just got to pick up the pieces, and um, we got to move on. So, without further ado, this particular clip that I'm going to be reacting to. I'm pretty sure we are all familiar with this story right now. So you're going to hear my opinion on it. And I will be pulling from my own experiences, my own expertise, and we're going to just have a discussion. And we'll take it from there. So without further ado, uh, and if you are easily triggered, if then you need to take out the time to go ahead and skip past the video and go straight into the commentary at this point, or whatever you need to do to make the proper adjustments. But here we go.
Shocking body camera video released today shows the deadly police shooting of Sonya Massey, the mother. Shocking body camera video released today shows the deadly police shooting of Sonya Massey, the mother of two, called 911 just before 1 a.m. because of a possible prowler, only to be shot by a deputy inside her own Illinois home. The now former deputy faces 3 counts of first-degree murder. CBS's Roxana Saberi has the video that shows the chaotic moments, and we do want to warn you that it is hard to watch.
The body camera video reveals the events leading up to the horrific scene.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine and stuff.
All right. Okay.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Inside the home, Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson can be heard asking Sonya Massey to check on the stove.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Within seconds, things become tense.
Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
No, I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Massey starts to set down the pot and apologizes. Grayson fires 3 times, striking her in the face.
Headshot wounded female, 1078.
Prosecutors say Grayson's partner tried to give the 36-year-old first aid, even though Grayson discouraged him.
I'm gonna go get my kit. No, she's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump is representing Massey's family.
Sonya needed a helping hand, but she got a shot to the face by the police.
James Wilburn is Massey's father.
I'm heartbroken. I just don't know what to say.
What's the hardest part about this for you?
I think the last words that my daughter said to me was, "Daddy, I love you." And to know and realize that I won't see her again. I can't talk to her again. I can't touch her again.
Grayson has pleaded not guilty. When reached by CBS News today, his attorney declined to comment. Last week, Grayson was fired from the sheriff's department. Documents obtained by CBS News show he has worked for 6 different law enforcement agencies since 2020. Nora?
6 different agencies since 2020. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do this, man. First of all, I want to back this up to
It is hard to watch.
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine and stuff.
about where the actual call took place. Okay, first thing I want for us to see, physically, there's not a threat. Look how much height this man is literally, it looked like he has to almost, at least from this angle, pretty much ducked just to walk in the door. And she's pretty much just right at the average height of a peephole. His arm is bigger than her body. And as you can see, the caption of what they're actually saying, even the way that he approached her, it was very, I say, if she was in a hospital, we would say that this officer had poor bedside manners. I mean, if this officer was a doctor or, you know, a nurse assistant or somebody like that, we would say that they had poor bedside manners. It was how he said it. It wasn't the words that he used, but it was the tone of voice and how he said it. So just his approach alone, it was basically it was no tone of empathy, or more or less it was more or less of a tone of like you wasting our time. You know, that's how it sounded to me. I could be very mistaken in that, but very rarely am I mistaken when it comes to things like that. And as we can see, this is dated 2024 07 06. And as they said before, all this took place a few minutes after 1 o'clock at night. So 1:17. So we'll pick it up from when he came in, approached the door. You know, you took your time. Okay. She called you for, she said, I think it was they said she thought it was someone either attempting to break in or something like that, or whatever the case may be. But she's not you. She's not trained to go after whatever the activity may be that triggered her to say like, hey, I think I need official help. So let me call police to come handle this. I don't know anybody in their right mind that would be eager to do so. So we don't have the recording of them knocking on the door and announcing themselves. This is a police body cam. Now, cameras should have been on. We should have saw the whole walk from the unit that they drove to them knocking on the door to them announcing themselves. Then, you know, then we would end up at that part where he said, you took your time. So what? The point is that she answered the door. So even again, from the jump, the approach itself was just unprofessional, and the tone of voice was as if like, okay, woman, like, why we here? That's the tone that I got. Let me know what you guys think.
The events leading up to the horrific scene.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry.
You doing all right?
Very plain, very quickly, very quick, you know. And she's saying, sir, so respect given, even though he's being very aggressive in his tone, she's being very cool. Doing all right mentally? Really? Need to go back and look at fundamentals, the fundamentals of how to talk to somebody. There's a better way to talk to people rather than saying things like that. A statement like that and saying it with his tone, this deputy or former deputy, Grayson, you're trying to aggravate a situation before it goes anywhere at all.
All right, mentally?
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine and stuff.
All right. Okay.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Did anybody catch that? She said, I love y'all, thank y'all. So, okay. So let's just say, according to what I just saw here under the now deceased Miss Sonya Massey, she said, you know, she took her medicine and stuff. I love y'all, thank y'all. Mm. Whatever help she needed, that was the part that needed to be addressed. All these officers had to do was make sure that nothing and no one physically was harming her, and they should have reassured her that there was nothing physical in her home or around her home that she had to be concerned with. And at the same time, if they felt like the conversation was going a little wacky or whatever the case may be, that's why they have access to the radio to dispatch a medical unit out there to see about her mental capacity, because they are there to make sure that no crimes are happening or whatever, and should be deterring that part. Miss Sonya Massey should be alive. That's my point.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Inside the home, Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson can be heard asking Sonya Massey to check on the stove.
Okay, so before, again, they're already standing and towering over her. She was sitting down in that area there until one of the officers had directed Miss Sonya, to go over to the kitchen. Now, even though this is like a lot of clutter, but as you can see, she would have to stand up and walk around, if you were following my mouse hand, walk around this island type of furniture here to go into the kitchen.
Let me get a fire while we're here.
So she goes around and she starts to make her way towards the pot.
Within seconds, things become tense.
Now, I'm going to pause it here because this is what I was looking at. Okay, I'm looking at a barrier. Okay, that's what I see. You can call it furniture counter, whatever the case may be, but I'm looking at a barrier here. And so what that tells me as a law enforcement officer, there is something between me and that individual. Okay, and I know my partner is right over here somewhere in the far right hand corner, and the officer is standing right there. Again, there's space there. So even if she had a baseball bat, if she had a knife, if she had anything that she could wield in her hand that could pose a threat to these officers, and in this case, it was a pot of water. Number one, you would see that coming. And you're already on your guard. What I'm trying to figure out is the justification for the firearm. And there is none. Why did you move back? Where are you going? Is the question. She's seeing them, or this officer, creating the space. We call it reaction space. Okay, so she even noticed it. Why are you moving back? Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from your hot steaming water. Okay, cool. Create the space. There's still no threat there.
Away from my husband.
away from my hot, steaming water, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Wow. Officers have been, if you've ever been in this line of work, whether you an actual municipal officer, federal officer, security officer, especially the security guards, they really get it. Getting called out of your name, getting cussed out, being spat up on, being mocked and joked on. That's a part of the profession. Grow thicker skin or get out and stay out of professions like this. If you can't take someone criticizing you or picking on you or mocking you or whatever, in other words, they are not receptive to you, but you still have a job to do. You have to learn to combat that with words from your mouth, professionalism in your actions, and most of all, in cases like this, you have to have insight to other people's psyche. What could be going on? This person is yelling and cussing, but really, why are they doing this? Or is it that you are power tripping now, and now you're going to shut them down? You're going to let them know who's boss and who's in control. Because you're this big guy, and you got this weapon on your side, and now you're going to show her.
In the water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of
but God.
That's a lot of space. Why is your hand, Sean? Why is your hand on your weapon? I'm pretty sure just on the other side, you have a thing called a taser. If you feel like you must grab something, you have other weapons on it. You have a partner. Guess what? She has a pot of hot water, and that's scaring you. And what really scared you was that she spoke to that evilness inside of you with God. And you decided to become a willing vessel of that evilness that is inside you that she evidently picked up, and you had to get rid of her. You better effing not. I swear to God. Well, she just rebuked that. I will effing shoot you. That's the threat. Not from her to not from Sonya to not from Sonya to Sean, but from Sean to Sonya. The former officer threatened Sonya. And then that's what makes it murder, because he could see that he had the upper hand. He knew he had the upper hand. And he told her, Alice, I'll effing shoot you right in your effing face. Premeditated. You already knew what you was going to shoot. Now, for those of us who already know this, we all know that all officers of every branch, of every capacity, is trained to shoot center mass of their target. The reason why you're not trained outside of advanced training and different things like that is because when we are allowed to use our firearm, we are trained to aim for the largest portion of the body, which I mean of our target, which is the body, the abdomen, center mass. And we are trained not necessarily to kill, but to stop the threat. That is how we are trained. Now, he's already got his hand, all this right here is kind of blocking it. So he puts his hands on his firearm. I don't see her arm up at all. I don't even see her in what we call like a baseball stand or any of those things. But I'm pretty sure she has a pot in her hand. Let's go.
I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay.
He came out. He cleared his nylon. That's what we call clearing. He cleared his nylon and trained his weapon directly on her face. There it is. Right there. And what was her reaction? She immediately turned her head. Okay, I'm sorry. She cowered down because things went from words to physical threat. That's your murder. He killed her in cold blood because she rebuked him verbally. This man has no regard, had no regard for her life, safety, or any of those things. "36 years old. All because he felt some type of way. She immediately turned her head. Let's see that part. I'm trying to be careful.
God, I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Her head went from about that level to here. Now she's stooping. Where's the threat? There is no threat. And so because he cleared his nylon, as a backup officer, if anybody should have had or would have had their weapon out, would have been the backup officer, because the contact officer, which is Sean, he's the one that's doing the talking, the negotiation, the verbal interview, so to speak, if you will, the field interview.
Massey starts to set down the pot and apologizes.
Sitting down the pot. Drop the effing pot, drop the effing pot, pop, pop, pop. That's what was said, and that's what happened. That's like in the middle of you talking to me, I'm telling you, shut up, shut up, pop, pop, pop. It's the same thing. Drop the effing pot. Drop the effing pot. Pop, pop, pop. That's your murder.
apologizes. Grayson fires 3 times, striking her in the face.
Headshot wound to female, 10 seconds.
Headshot wound to the female. 1078 is the 10 code. Told her where he was going to shoot her, threatened her, cussing her out, disrespecting her, having no due regard for her life or her situation. And so he thought the cure-all was to go ahead and take her life because she rebuked him in the name of Jesus.
Partner tried to give the 36-year-old first aid, even though Grayson discouraged him.
I'm gonna go get my kid. No, you had bitch, you're done.
I'm going to go get my kid. She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. That's your admission to the murder. Guys, you do. I've seen gunshot victims. And I'm telling you, that's not something that you want to see. This man.
You will get it, but that's a headshot.
Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump is representing Massey's family.
Okay. So that's my breakdown. That's the take. This is not a hard video to analyze and get the truth out of it. From that perspective, it's not hard. What makes this video hard is the blatant disregard of Miss Sonya Massey's life. And you wonder why people of my culture and community have such disdain and such distrust with law enforcement. Hell, that was even the reason why I even went into law enforcement. Coming up on the west side of Charlotte, always getting into, or not me, but being a part of a community that seemed like the police would always had their foot on our necks, and even if we weren't doing anything at all. So besides becoming resentful and taking everything personal, I decided that I wanted to be a part of the solution. So I went into the system some kind of way, kept my nose clean, and long story short, I became the officer because I wanted to set the example and show this is how you treat people. You don't have to look like me. You don't have to believe what I believe or believe in what I believe. You have that freedom too. You don't have to talk like me. But it is my duty to remain professional. When I am wearing that uniform and I put that badge on and I put my utility belt on, I'm not CJ anymore. I am a representative of the community that I serve. And you are asking my help, for my help. And so it is, I am duty bound to assist you. And if I cannot, I need to have enough wherewithal to step down, step back, and allow another professional take charge. That's the way it's supposed to go. That's all I have for you guys. I know this was really rough. And I apologize for the the um the visual, but this had to be addressed. And so let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel. And put it down in the comments. And we can have a discussion about it. But this former officer, I feel, deserves everything that he has coming to him in the justice system. And we really need to stay on top of this all the way through. We can't bring Miss Sonya Massey back to her father, but this man needs to see that justice is truly on his side in this matter. All right, that's all I got. You guys take care. Until next time.